This is the Ticwatch Pro 4G LTE, and there's one problem that all smartwatches have. When out of power, they become pretty stupid, but not this one, and I'm about to tell you why. Let's go. So in this video, I'm going to break it down into 3 easy sections. We're going to start off with the design of the Ticwatch Pro 4G LTE. Then we're going to look at the usability features. And then at the end, we're going to look at the awesome features, because I believe every product needs awesome features. Otherwise, it's a bit shit, really, ain't it? And if you agree with that statement, I'd appreciate a thumbs up. Anyway, let's go. So when it comes to the design of the Ticwatch Pro 4G, it has a 1.4 inch dual display watch face. So underneath this screen you see here is an OLED, and that screen you're looking at right now is an LCD. It's made of polyamide and glass fiber. The bezel is stainless steel, and underneath on the back it has aluminium. When it comes to the housing here, it's also IP68 rated, which means it is waterproof. You can take this for a swim and it will be safe up to 1.5 meters for around 30 minutes. So that should be alright for most people. The wristband itself is military standard 810G. And check out these specs when it comes to this wristband. So that's pretty heavy duty, I think you'll agree. And the bezel here actually looks really nice, but it doesn't spin, but it does feel very premium. And then you've got the 2 buttons on the side, and the wrist straps are removable. You could replace them with whatever wrist straps you wanted to. Now when it comes to the watch face, there's actually loads of them to choose from. So as standard, there are 21 tick watch faces, and the great thing about these tick watch faces is you can actually customize them on the actual watch itself. So I've got this kind of Iron Man red and gold, but you can customize it to different ones like this. And then there's actually a bunch more where within the watch face you can customize little bits of it. So for example, this one here, if I choose this one, you see these little dials you have here. You can go to settings and you can actually choose what goes in those dials, so you can customize these little bits within the watch faces. So that's really cool when it comes to design. And then of course you can load loads of watches from the Google Play Store. So there's actually thousands of watch faces you can choose from. At the moment I'm just using the actual preloaded tick watch faces. Now one of the reasons I'm using tick watch faces is because actually if you go into the settings on the phone, you can set these watch faces to be always on. So this is the full power watch face, and then in a second you'll see the low power watch face. Like so. So when it comes to the charger, it's a proprietary charger for the Ticwatch, and it charges at about 1% per minute, and the battery is 415 milliamps. So it takes around about an hour and a half to fully charge the Ticwatch. And it's got this nice magnetic sort of connection, which makes it super easy to charge the Ticwatch. So that's a pretty awesome design. Alright, now let's talk about usability. So inside the Ticwatch Pro is the Qualcomm Snapdragon 2100. It's not the latest one, but they have packed in 1 GB of RAM, making this way more snappy than the previous version of the Ticwatch. And actually something I didn't mention on the design side is this is actually thinner and lighter than the previous Ticwatch as well. Inside the Ticwatch is 4 GB of storage, which means you can put music directly onto the watch and play it to a Bluetooth headset over Bluetooth 4.2 without the need of your phone. So if you're going for a run or bike ride or something like that, you can just take this, leave your phone at home. When it comes to navigation on the device, a downward swipe from the top will bring up your settings menu. Then an upward swipe from the bottom is going to bring up your notifications, and it will show all of your recent notifications, and you can swipe them away just by swiping to the right on those notifications. A swipe from the left will bring up your sort of Google shelf, which you can customize here at the bottom if you want to. And then if you swipe right, you have your Google tiles, and you actually get 5 of these, so you can customize these if you want to. So if you want to get rid of one, you hold your finger down, swipe it up, and then you can put a new one in its place. So it's really cool. I've got my sort of steps tracking here, then I've got the weather, then I've got my calendar, then it's also got my heartbeat as well, which is pretty high at the moment. Making these videos are pretty stressful. And then of course you've got the exercise app there at the moment as well. So when it comes to the buttons, this top button here will bring up all of your apps, and you can see how smooth this device is. It's super smooth, and it's thanks to that RAM. And then if you hold this button down for 2 seconds, it brings up your Google Assistant. Now, this is a cool feature. If you have this linked to your Google Home or your Nest system, you can actually use voice commands to fully control that system from your watch. Now, this is a really interesting feature here. Within the settings, you can actually turn on gesture controls. Now, me personally, I don't feel I'm going to use these that much, but it's nice to have, especially if you're going for a bike ride or if you're driving. So if you flick your wrist upwards like that, it brings up your notifications, and you can actually flick your wrist a bit more to swipe up and down through the notifications. It's not that easy to do, to be honest. You can also swipe down like this, and it will bring your settings up on the device. And then if you shake your wrist like so, it brings you back to the home screen. And if you do it really fast, then it brings up all of the apps as well. So to be honest with you, I think this is really good for you guys if you're bike riding, you're on an exercise machine, and you have to keep one hand on the bike or the car steering wheel. That might be useful. It takes a little bit of getting used to though, but it's a pretty interesting feature. Now here's a question for you. Have you ever been in that situation where you've lost your keys and your mobile phone?
Where my keys? I wear my phone. I wear my keys. I wear my phone. I wear my keys. I wear my phone. I wear my keys.
Well, I have, and it happens to me on a daily basis. And there's something really cool here on the settings screen where you can find your phone. So literally you push that button and it will dial your phone, and your phone will start ringing wherever it is. No solution for my keys yet, but that's definitely helpful. So this is a Google Wear watch, and there's loads of apps you can get through the Play Store. There's a couple that I really like, and it's the Wear codes, which will allow you to clone your loyalty cards and stuff like this. There's also the Wear Casts app, which is a podcast app, and because this has local storage, you can download the latest Joe Rogan podcast to your watch and listen to it through your headphones directly connected to your watch. That's really awesome. And you've got other stuff like Spotify as well, which you can get on there. No Deezer yet that I could find, but you can have a look. You can search for yourselves for all the cool apps and stuff you can find on the watch itself, including games as well, which is pretty interesting. Also, when it comes to usability, the built-in speaker and microphone is super useful. It means you can take and make phone calls purely on the watch. You can even play music from the watch if you want to. Now, it's not going to be amazing quality, but you can do it. And when it comes to receiving notifications, the haptics is actually very nice on this. It's not too distracting. It's quite soft. It's just a really nice gentle vibrate on your wrist that lets you know when your notifications, text messages and stuff like this have arrived. And of course, it is a sports watch, so you've got Tick Sleep, Tick Motion, Tick Exercise, plus all of the Google exercise stuff and breathing apps, which is really useful as well. And it makes use of that heart rate monitor and gyroscope, which is what we normally expect in a smartwatch today. But anyway, let's move on to the awesome features. So going back to what I started the video saying, most smartwatches, when out of power, become pretty stupid, but not this one. And it's because of this. You're looking at it right now. It's got its own LCD screen, which can run for up to 30 days, even when the smartwatch is out of power. That is really awesome, because that is the problem with smartwatches. When they're out of power, they become pretty stupid, but not this one. And within the settings, you can set it to essential mode, where it will only use this screen, and it will still be able to track your heart rate and your steps, and you'll also be able to tell the time. So if you want to, you can just use your watch as a watch. And the second awesome thing about this particular watch is its 4G LTE capabilities. It basically means you can use this standalone. You could throw your phone in the bin. In the UK, if you guys are thinking about getting this, at the moment it has an eSIM inside, which will only work with Vodafone. So you'll have to speak to Vodafone about activating this. And the cool thing is you can actually link it to your existing phone number, or you can set it up to have its own dedicated phone number. And the cost of those two different packages will vary. So with your eSIM activated within this watch, you can take and make phone calls, send text messages, use Bluetooth on your headphones to stream music straight to the watch from wherever you are without your phone being necessary. And if you do have this link to your phone with the same phone number, when you walk away from your handset, it will automatically kick in with its own 4G signal, so you can just carry on about your day without your phone. And then it does have GPS as well, which means if you're going for a long run or something like that, you can track all your movements right here on the watch. And the last thing I will mention is something I mentioned earlier, and it is the Google Pay feature. So here in London, you can get on London Transport with your bank card using NFC, and this watch does have NFC, which means you don't even need to take your wallet out with you. You can literally just swipe your phone to pay for stuff when you're on the go. And that is super awesome. Let me know what you guys think of the Ticwatch. If you enjoyed this one, I appreciate a thumbs up. And if you just subscribed, you're now one of the finest subscribers known to man. And if you want to check out another smartwatch that I looked at recently, there's a thumbnail on screen. Go check that out. I'll see you guys in the next one. Don't be late.